Three Kingdoms, Episode 2. Zhang Ya's furious lashing at the postal inspector in uncle his scheme to execute the eunuch attendants. Zhong Zhuo styled Zhang Ying, hail from Lincha in Longxi. Holding the position of governor of Haidong, he was known for his arrogance. One day, he showed disrespect to Shuani Liu Bei, and Shang Fei, in anger, wanted to kill him. Shuani and Guan Yu quickly stopped him, saying, "He is an official appointed by the court. We cannot arbitrarily kill him." Shang Fei replied, "If we don't kill this scoundrel, we'll have to serve under his command. I can't bear it. You two couldn't stay here. I'll go elsewhere on my own." Shuani said, "The three of us share the same fate. How can we part ways?" "Let's all go somewhere else," then Shang Fei said. "If that's the case, it will alleviate my resentment." So the three of them led their troops to join Shu Jiang overnight. Shu Zhen treated them generously, and their forces combined to attack Shang Bao. Meanwhile, Cao Ca was leading an expedition against Shang Liang, engaging in a large battle near Kuaying. On the other hand, Shu Zhen was advancing against Shang Bao. Shang Bao led his bandits, numbering around 80 to 90,000, stationed behind the mountains. Shu Zhen ordered Shuani to lead the vanguard, confronting the bandits. Shang Bao sent his deputy, Gang Shuang, to challenge them, and Shuani instructed Shang Fei to face him. Shang Fei, wielding her spear on horseback, engaged Gang Shuang in combat, and after just a few exchanges, struck him down. Shuani signaled the troops to charge forward, while Shang Bao, on horseback, unleashed his supernatural powers. Suddenly, a black mist descended from the sky, within it which seemed to be an endless army charging forth. Shuani hastily retreated, causing chaos in the army. After the defeat, they returned to Shu Zhuan, and together they devised a plan. Shu Jian said, "They are using sorcery. Tomorrow we can slaughter pigs, sheep, and Zhao can collect their blood. Then have our soldiers lie in ambush on the mountain top. When the bandits pursue us, pour the blood from the high slope. This method should counter their magic." Shuani followed the orders, dispatching Guan Yu and Shang Fei, each with 1,000 soldiers, to lie in ambush on a high hill behind the mountain. They prepared with pig, sheep, and dog blood along with filth. The next day, Shang Bao waved flags and beat drums, challenging Shu Zhen to battle. Shuani went out to meet them, and in the midst of the fight, Shang Bao cast his spell. The wind roared, thunder rolled, and sand and stones flew everywhere. A black mist covered the sky, and a vast army seemed to descend from the heavens. Shuani quickly fled, and Shang Bao pursued. As they passed the mountain top, Guan Yu and Shang Fei's ambush forces unleashed a barrage of cannon fire and poured the prepared filth. Suddenly, paper people and glass horses fell to the ground, the wind and thunder ceased, and sand and stone stopped flying. Shang Bao, realizing his magic was broken, hastily tried to retreat. Guan Yu on the left, Shang Fei on the right, and the main army led by Shuani and Shu Zhen all pursued. The bandits were thoroughly defeated. When Shuani saw the flag with the inscription "Commander of the Earth," he galloped forward, and Shang Bao fled in panic, with Shuani shooting an arrow that struck his left arm. Shang Bao, with an arrow in his arm, managed to escape and rushed into Yangcheng, where he held his ground and refused to come out. Shu Quan besieged Yangcheng and attacked, while sending someone to inquire about Huang Fu Song's news. The scout reported that Huang Fu Song had achieved great victory, and the court, dissatisfied with Zhang Zhuo's repeated failures, appointed Song to replace him. Upon Huang Fu Song's arrival, Shang Zhang had already died, and Shang Liang led the remaining forces against our army. However, under Huang Fu Song's command, we won 7 consecutive battles, beheaded Shang Liang at Kuaying, and sent Shang Jiao's coffin to the capital, where it was displayed as a warning. The remaining rebels surrendered, and Huang Fu Song was appointed as the general of chariots and cavalry, as well as the governor of Zhejiao. Furthermore, Huang Fu Song submitted a memorial stating that Lucy was innocent of any wrongdoing. The court then reinstated Lucy to his original position. Cao Ca, having also contributed to the victory, was appointed as the regional governor of Zhejiao and immediately set out for his new assignment. Upon hearing this, Shu Zhen accelerated his military actions, intensively attacking Yangcheng. The rebels, in a desperate situation, saw their leader Yan Zhang assassinate Shang Bao and surrender his head. Shu Zhen then pacified several countries and submitted a memorial detailing his victories. Meanwhile, 3 remaining followers of the Yellow Turbans Sha Hong, Han Zhong, and Sun Zhong gathered tens of thousands of rebels, looting and burning as they sought revenge against Shang Zhang. The court commanded Zhu Zhan to use his victorious army to suppress them. Following the imperial decree, Zhu Zhan led his troops forward. The rebels had occupied Wanchuang, and Zhu Zhan attacked. Shao Hong sent Han Zhong to engage in battle. Zhu Zhan dispatched Shuangdi Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei to attack the southwest corner of the city. Han Zhong led all his elite troops to confront them. Zhu Zhan personally led 2,000 iron cavalry to directly attack the northeast corner of the city. Fearing the loss of the city, the rebels hastily abandoned the southwest and turned back. Shuangdi attacked from behind, causing a great defeat for the rebels, who fled into Wanchang. Zhu Zhan deployed his forces to surround the city on all sides. Inside the city, food supplies were cut off, and Han Zhong attempted to surrender, but Zhu Zhan refused. Shuangdi said in the past, when Gao Su united the empire, he was able to recruit and submit to authority. Why not accept Han Zhong's surrender? Zhu Zhan replied, those were different times. During the chaos at the end of the Qin and the beginning of the Han, the world was in great disorder, and the people had no stable leader. Therefore, recruiting and submitting were used to encourage those to come. Now that the realm is unified and only the Yellow Turbans have rebelled, allowing them to surrender will not encourage goodness. If we let the rebels take advantage, committing robberies as they please, they will surrender as soon as they suffer a loss. This is the desire of a long-time bandit, and it is not a good strategy, Shuangdi said. Not accepting the surrender of bandits is corrupt. Now, with forces surrounded on all sides, the rebels will fight to the death. If tens of thousands of people are united and determined, they are not easily defeated, let alone when there are tens of thousands of lives at stake in the city. It would be better to withdraw troops from the southeast than attack only the northwest. The rebels will abandon the city and flee, as they will have no desire to linger in battle. We can capture them immediately. Zhu Zhan agreed and proceeded to withdraw troops from the southeast and attack only the northwest. The rebels indeed abandoned the city and fled, with Zhu Zhan capturing them. At the moment when they were chasing the rebels, Shao Hong and Sun Zhang arrived, and Zhu Zhan fought against them. Seeing that Shao Hong had a large force, Zhu Zhan led his troops to retreat temporarily. Seizing the opportunity, Shao Hong regained control of Wanchang. Zhu Zhan camped 10 miles away. He was about to launch an attack when suddenly a group of people arrived from the east. Leading them was a young general with a broad forehead, broad face, and a robust figure. He was from Fuchen in Wu Commandery, and named San Jian, style name Wen Chai. At the age of 17, he accompanied his father to Tiandeng and saw over 10 sea pirates robbing merchants, plundering their wealth on the shore. He shouted loudly and pointed east and west, acting as if he was summoning reinforcements. The pirates, thinking the government troops had arrived, abandoned their spoils and fled. San Jian, armed with a knife, came ashore, shouting loudly and pointing east and west. The pirates, thinking the government troops had arrived, abandoned their spoils and fled. San Jian came ashore with his knife raised, shouting loudly and pointing in different directions, mimicking the actions of someone calling for help. The pirates, thinking the government troops had arrived, abandoned their plunder and ran away. San Jian pursued and killed one of the pirates. His fame then spread through the commanderies and counties, and he was recommended as an army commander. Later, when the bandit Su Chang rebelled on Kuaiji, he proclaimed himself Emperor Yangming, gathered tens of thousands of followers, and occupied several counties. Sun Jian and the county sergeant at arms recruited over 1,000 brave warriors and joined with the commanderies to defeat him. They beheaded Su Chang and his son Xu Shao, and the provincial inspector Zhang Min memorialized his achievements. Sun Jian was promoted to the position of sole and iron treasurer, as well as the inspector of Suyi and Shaoxi. Now, seeing that the Yellow Turban rebels had risen again, Sun Jian gathered young people and various merchants, along with 1,500 elite troops from the Huai and Xi regions, and came to reinforce the front. Zhu Zhan was overjoyed and ordered Sun Jian to attack the south gate, Shuangdi Liu Bei the north gate, and Zhu Zhan the west gate, while leaving the east gate for the rebels to escape. Sun Jian was the first to climb the city walls, beheading over 20 rebels as they scattered in defeat. Shao Hong, riding a fast horse and wielding a spear, charged straight at Sun Jian. Sun Jian ascended the city walls first, killing over 20 rebels. Shao Hong, on a swift horse, directly targeted Sun Jian. Sun Jian snatched Shao Hong's spear, stabbing him and dismounting him from his horse. Sun Jian then mounted Shao Hong's horse, swiftly moving back and forth to kill the rebels. Sun Zhuang led the rebels to rush out of the north gate, where he met Xuandi Liu Bei. Without the desire to linger in battle, Sun Zhuang only sought to escape. Xuandi Liu Bei shot an arrow, hitting Sun Zhuang directly and causing him to fall off his horse. Shu Zheng's main force followed up, killing tens of thousands and taking countless prisoners. All the counties along the way, including Nanyang, were pacified. Shu Zhan then withdrew his troops and returned to the capital. The emperor issued a decree appointing Shu Zhuan as the general of chariots and cavalry and the intendant of Henan. Shu Zhan recommended Sun Jian, Liu Bei, and others for their merits. Sun Jian, known for his personal connections, was appointed as the marshal of a different commandery in one day. Only Xuandi Liu Bei, after waiting for a long time, still had not received an appointment. The three men were unhappy and walked the streets, coincidentally encountering Shang Zhen, a courtier on duty. Seeing him, Xuandi Liu Bei explained his achievements. Shang Zhen was greatly surprised and accompanied him to the imperial court, saying in the past, during the Yellow Turban Rebellion, it was all due to the eunuchs selling offices and titles. They only used their relatives and friends, neglecting those who were not close to them. They only killed those they regarded as enemies, leading to great chaos in the world. Now it is appropriate to execute the eunuchs, display their hats in the southern suburbs, and send messengers to announce to the world. Those who have achievements will be greatly rewarded, and then the four seas will be pacified. The eunuchs reported to the emperor. Shang Zhen is deceiving the emperor. The emperor ordered the guards to drive Shang Zhen now. The eunuchs then discussed, saying, this must be someone who has made achievements in breaking the yellow turbans but has not been appointed. He is resentful and has spoken up. For now, we will instruct the Family Affairs Bureau to record his insignificant name and later reconsider his case because of this. Sun Jian was appointed to a different commandery, leaving the three men depressed. They strolled the streets in frustration, and just then, the official Shang Zhen passed by. Seeing him, Xuandi Liu Bei explained his merits. Shang Zhen was greatly surprised and accompanied him to the imperial court, saying, in the past, during the Yellow Turban Rebellion, it was all due to the eunuchs selling offices and titles. They only used their relatives and friends, neglecting those who were not close to them. They only killed those they regarded as enemies, leading to great chaos in the world. Now, it is appropriate to execute the eunuchs, display their hats in the southern suburbs, and send messengers to announce to the world. Those who have achievements will be greatly rewarded, and then the four seas will be pacified. Shang Zhen's words shocked the emperor, who ordered the guards to drive Shang Zhen now. The eunuch strongly advised the emperor. Shang Zhen is deceiving the emperor. The emperor then commanded the guards to expel Shang Zhen. The eunuchs discussed, saying, this must be someone who has made achievements in breaking the yellow turbans but has not been appointed. He is resentful and has spoken out. For now, we will instruct the Family Affairs Bureau to record his insignificant name and later reconsider his case. As a result, Xuandi Liu Bei was appointed as the commandant of Anxi County in Zhongshan Prefecture, and he went to take up his post as scheduled. Xuandi Liu Bei disbanded his troops and returned to his hometown, bringing only about 20 followers. Along with Guan Yu and Shang Fei, he arrived in Anxi County for his assignment. After a month in office, he ruled the county with such fairness that the people felt no oppression, and they were all grateful. After taking office, Xuandi Liu Bei shared meals with Guan Yu and Shang Fei at the same table and slept in the same bed. When Xuandi Liu Bei sat in a crowded place, Guan Yu and Shang Fei stood by his side, tirelessly attending to him all day. In less than 4 months since he took office, an imperial decree was issued, stating that officials who had military achievements as their major appointments would be reassigned. Xuandi Liu Bei suspected that he might be among those affected. Coincidentally, the chief postal inspector arrived at the county, and Xuandi Liu Bei went out to welcome him beyond the city gate. When the inspector arrived, he remained seated on his horse, responding to Xuandi Liu Bei with only a slight wave of his whip. Guan Yu and Shang Fei were both angered. Upon reaching the inn, the inspector sat high on the south side while Shuangdi Liu Bei stood below, beside the steps. After a long while, the inspector asked, "What is Liu County Chief's background?" Shuangdi Liu Bei replied, "I am a descendant of Prince Jing of Zhongshan. I have been suppressing the yellow turban since I was in Zhuo Commandery, participating in over 30 battles and achieving some modest success. Thus, I have been appointed to my current position." The inspector suddenly shouted, "You falsely claim royal lineage and fabricate military achievements. The imperial court has just issued a decree intending to reassign officials who hold major appointments due to their military merits." Shuangdi Liu Bei repeatedly bowed and stepped back. When he returned to the county, he discussed with the county officials. They said the postal inspector is just flaunting his power. He only wants bribes. Shuangdi Liu Bei said, "I have not oppressed the people. How could I offer him wealth?" The next day, the inspector took the county officials away first, forcing them to point fingers at the county chief for harming the people. Shuangdi Liu Bei went several times to plead for exoneration, but the gatekeepers repeatedly stopped him and refused to let him in. Saying so, Shang Fei drank several cups of wine, mounted his horse, and passed by the inn. He saw 50 or 60 elderly people, all weeping bitterly in front of the gate. Fei asked about the reason, and the elders replied, "The postal inspector is coercing the county officials, intending to harm Master Yu. We've all come to plead, but we're not allowed in. Instead, we're being driven away by the gatekeepers." Shang Fei became furious, widened his eyes, gnashed his steel teeth, dismounted, and went straight into the inn. He ignored the gatekeepers, rushed into the main hall, and found the postal inspector sitting there while the county officials were tied up on the ground. Fei shouted, "You scoundrel harming the people! Recognize me!" Before the postal inspector could utter a word, Shang Fei grabbed him by the hair, dragged him out of the inn, and bound him to the horse post in front of the county office. Fei picked some willow branches, climbed down, and fiercely whipped the postal inspector's legs, breaking over 10 branches in a row. While Liu Bei was wondering what was happening, he heard the commotion outside the county office. When he asked around, he was told General Shang was binding someone and beating him in front of the county office. Liu Bei hurried to observe and found that the captive was the postal inspector. Surprised, he asked about the reason. Shang Fei said, "This scoundrel is harming the people. If I don't beat him to death, he won't understand." The postal inspector pleaded, "General Shuangdi, save my life." Unable to bear the violence, Liu Bei hastily ordered Shang Fei to stop. Guan Yu also arrived and said, "Brother, you've achieved many great feats, yet you only got the position of a county magistrate. Now you're being insulted by the postal inspector. I'm thinking it's like a phoenix dwelling in a thicket of brambles, not the right place for it. Why not kill the postal inspector, abandon your official position, return to your hometown, and plan for a greater future?" Liu Bei then took off his official seal and sash, hung them around the postal inspector's neck, and rebuked him. "You have harmed the people, and I should have killed you. Now I'll spare your life. I return the official seal and sash. From now on, I'm leaving." The postal inspector reported to the governor of Dingzhou, who informed the provincial government and dispatched people to arrest them. Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Shang Fei went to Zhai Prefecture to seek refuge with Liu Hui. Seeing that Liu Bei was a relative of the imperial family, Liu Hui concealed him at home. Now, the Chen eunuchs, having acquired great power, conspired among themselves. They decided that anyone who did not comply with their wishes should be eliminated. They sent messengers to demand gold and silk from the generals who had suppressed the yellow turbans, and if they refused, they reported them to the court for removal from office. Generals like Huangfu Song and Shu Zhen refused to comply, and the eunuchs reported to the emperor to have them dismissed. The emperor then appointed Xiao Zhang and others as generals, and the 13 eunuchs were ennobled as marquises. The state affairs deteriorated further, and the people were in distress. In the meantime, a rebellion led by Kuo Shen broke out in Changshan, and Shangzhou and Shangchan rebelled anew young. Shen claimed to be the emperor, and Chen claimed to be the grand general. Memorials reporting these urgent situations, like snowflakes, were sent, but the Chen eunuchs hid them and did not report to the emperor. One day, while the emperor was having a banquet with the Chen eunuchs in the rear garden, Liu Ta, a counselor, went directly to the emperor and wept bitterly. The emperor asked the reason for his distress. Liu Ta said, "The empire is in imminent danger, and your majesty is feasting with the eunuchs." The emperor replied, "The country is peaceful. What urgent danger could there be?" Liu Ta replied, "Rebels and bandits are rising everywhere, plundering and ravaging provinces and commanderies. The root cause of this calamity lies in the Chen eunuchs selling offices and oppressing the people, deceiving the emperor and undermining the government. Virtuous officials have all left the court, and disaster is imminent." The Chen eunuchs, without their hats, knelt before the emperor and said, "The ministers are incompatible with each other, and we cannot survive. We are willing to give up our lives and return to our fields, contributing all our wealth to aid the military funds." After speaking, they wept bitterly. The emperor, in anger, said to Liu Ta, "Your family also has those close to the court. Why single out the eunuchs for criticism?" He then ordered the guards to take Liu Ta on and behead him. Liu Ta shouted, "I do not regret dying. I lament the end of the Han dynasty after more than 400 years." The guards were about to execute Liu Ta when a high-ranking official shouted, "Hold your hands. Let me try to persuade the emperor." When they looked, it was Chen Dan, the minister of works, who entered the palace and remonstrated with the emperor, saying, "What crime has Liu Ta committed to deserve execution?" The emperor replied, "He slandered and insulted the courtiers. Disrespecting me," Chen Dan said, "the people of the realm desire to eat the flesh of the 10 eunuchs, yet your majesty treats them with the utmost respect. They have contributed nothing of value, yet all have been in fear as markwises. Moreover, individuals like Fang Su have colluded with the yellow turbans, plotting internal strife. If your majesty does not reflect on this, the state and the people will undoubtedly suffer ruin." The emperor said, "Fang Su's rebellion is not clear-cut. Among the Chen eunuchs, are there not one or two loyal ministers?" Chen Dan, in frustration, knocked his head against the steps to express his remonstration. The emperor, angered, ordered him to be taken away and thrown into prison, along with Liu Ta. That night, the Chen eunuchs plotted to kill them in prison. They forged an imperial decree appointing San Jian as the inspector of Longxi, ordering him to suppress the rebellion led by Ku Shun. Within 50 days, San Jian reported victory, and Jiangxia was pacified. The emperor issued a decree enfeoffing San Jian as the Marquis of Wuchang. As the conspirators were preparing to carry out their plan, a voice spoke out, saying, "Do not enter the palace. Jie Song intends to plot against you." When they looked, it was Sima Pan who had spoken, and he continued, "It is not advisable to enter the palace now. Jie Song and others intend to kill you. I suggest that you stop and consider the situation." He then went into the palace to remonstrate with the emperor. The emperor, angered, ordered Sima Pan to be taken away and thrown into prison along with Liu Ta. That night, Jie Song and the conspirators planned to kill Sima Pan and Liu Chang in prison. They forged an imperial decree appointing San Jian as the inspector of Longxi, ordering him to suppress the rebellion led by Ku Shun. Within 50 days, San Jian reported victory, and Jiangxia was pacified. The emperor issued a decree enfeoffing San Jian as the Marquis of Wuchang. The guards were about to execute Liu Ta when a high-ranking official shouted, "Hold your hands. Let me try to persuade the emperor." When they looked, it was Chen Dan, the minister of works, who entered the palace and remonstrated with the emperor, saying, "What crime has Liu Ta committed to deserve execution?" The emperor replied, "He slandered and insulted the courtiers, disrespecting me." Chen Dan said, "The people of the realm desire to eat the flesh of the 10 eunuchs, yet your majesty treats them with the utmost respect. They have contributed nothing of value, yet all have been in fear as markwises. Moreover, individuals like Fang Su have colluded with the yellow turbans, plotting internal strife. If your majesty does not reflect on this, the state and the people will undoubtedly suffer ruin." The emperor said, "Fang Su's rebellion is not clear-cut. Among the Chen eunuchs, are there not one or two loyal ministers?" Chen Dan, in frustration, knocked his head against the steps to express his remonstration. The emperor, angered, ordered him to be taken away and thrown into prison along with Liu Ta. That night, the Chen eunuchs plotted to kill them in prison. They forged an imperial decree appointing Songzhi as the inspector of Longxi, ordering him to suppress the rebellion led by Shuang. Within 50 days, Songzhi reported victory, and Jiangxi was pacified. The emperor issued a decree unfearing Songzhi as the Marquis of Wacheng. After the court officials paid their respects, Yuan Shao entered the palace to apprehend Chen Shou. Panicked, Chen Shou sought refuge in the imperial garden, where he was killed by Guo Shuang, a eunuch of the Chan attendants. The troops under Jian's Huo's command all surrendered to Yuan Shao. Yuan Shao suggested to Chen, the eunuchs had formed a party. Today, we can take advantage of the situation and eliminate them all. Shang Ran and others, realizing the urgency, hurriedly reported to Empress Dowager He, saying, initially, it was only Chen Shou who plotted against the Grand General. We were not involved. Now, Grand General He Chen listens to Yuan Shao and intends to exterminate us. We implore your Majesty's mercy. Empress Dowager He responded, do not worry, I will protect you. She secretly summoned He Chen into the palace and whispered to him, we rose from humble origins. Without Zhang Ran and others, how could we enjoy this wealth and power? Now, Chen Shou has been dealt with. Why do you believe the words of others and wish to exterminate the eunuchs? After hearing this, He Chen, having made up his mind, told the officials, Chen Shou plotted against me and we should wipe out his family. No need to harm the rest, Yuan Shao said. If we don't uproot them completely, it will be the source of our downfall. He Chen replied, my decision is made. You need not say more. The officials all withdrew. The next day, the Empress Dowager ordered He Chen to assist in managing the affairs of the court, while the others were granted official positions. Empress Dowager Dong summoned Shang Ran and others to the palace for discussion. Shang Ran suggested, Your Majesty, you can take charge of the court, oversee the administration, confer the title of Prince of Chenliu upon the prince, appoint General-in-Chief Zhuo to a high position, and heavily rely on us. This way, we can achieve great things. Empress Dowager Dong was overjoyed. The next day, during the court assembly, an edict was issued, conferring the title of Prince of Chenliu upon the prince, appointing Zhuo as General-in-Chief, and allowing Shang Ran and others to participate in court affairs. Empress Dowager He, seeing that Empress Dowager Zhang had seized power, held a banquet in the palace, inviting Empress Dowager Dong to attend. During the half-drunken state of the banquet, Empress Dowager He stood up, holding a cup, and bowed again, saying, we are all women, participating in court affairs is not appropriate. In ancient times, Empress Ao, due to wielding excessive power, caused the extermination of her clan. We should live a secluded life in the palace. Major state affairs should be handled by senior officials. This would be fortunate for the country. I hope you will consider this. Empress Dowager Zhang, in a fit of rage, said, you poisoned and killed Empress Wang, harboring jealousy. Now, relying on your son as emperor and your brother He Chen's power, you dare to speak recklessly. I command General-in-Chief Zhuo to sever your brother's head as an easy task. Empress Dowager He was also angry and said, I advised you with good intentions. Why the anger? Empress Dowager Zhang retorted, your family background is that of butchers and traders. What wisdom do you possess? The two empresses quarreled with each other. Shang Ran and others persuaded them to return to their respective palaces. Empress Dowager He summoned He Chen into the palace, informing him of the situation. After leaving, He Chen called the three ministers for consultation. When they assembled early in the morning for the court assembly, the ministers submitted a memorial stating that Empress Dowager Zhang was originally a consort and should not reside in the palace for an extended period. It was proposed to relocate her to Heiyan. Simultaneously, troops were dispatched to encircle the residence of General Dong Zhuo, and his seals of authority were demanded. Dong Zhuo, aware of the urgency, took his own life in the rear hall. His family mourned, and the soldiers dispersed. Shang Ran, Zhuan Gui, and others saw that Empress Dowager Dong's influence had waned, so they used wealth and precious items to form alliances with He Chen's younger brother Himao and his mother, the Lady of Weiyang. They instructed them to visit Empress Dowager He frequently, using sweet words to shield their intentions. As a result, the 10 attendants regained their favor. In June, He Chen secretly arranged for people to poison and kill Empress Dowager Dong at the courtyard of Heiyan. The coffin was brought back to the capital and buried at Wenling. He Jin feigned illness and stayed indoors. Yuan Shao, the chief of the imperial clerk, entered to see He Jin and said, "There are rumors spread by Shang Ran, Zhuan Gui, and others outside, saying that you poisoned and killed Empress Dowager Dong, and they are plotting a major event. If we don't eliminate the eunuchs now, it will be a great disaster later." In the past, Zhu Wu wanted to eliminate the internal eunuchs, but due to the lack of secrecy in his strategy, he suffered the consequences. Now, your brothers and subordinates are all talented individuals. If you utilize their strengths, success is within grasp. This is a moment blessed by heaven and must not be missed, He Jin replied. Let's discuss this further. He secretly informed Shang Ran, who, in turn, informed He Mao and offered numerous bribes. He Mao reported to Empress Dowager He, saying, "The Grand General is assisting the new emperor but lacks benevolence. He is only focused on executing people. Now, without reason, he intends to kill the Chandans, leading us down the path of chaos." Empress Dowager He accepted his words. After a while, He Jin reported to Empress Dowager He, expressing his intention to eliminate the eunuchs. Empress Dowager He said, "The eunuchs manage the imperial harem. This has been the tradition of the Han dynasty. The late emperor just abdicated the throne, and you want to kill the old ministers. This is not respecting the ancestral temples." He Jin was originally indecisive, and after hearing Empress Dowager He's words, he meekly retreated. Yuan Shao, upon hearing this, welcomed He Jin and asked, "What's the situation?" He Jin replied, "The Empress Dowager did not agree. What should we do?" Yuan Shao said, "Summon heroes from all over, gather forces in the capital, and exterminate the eunuchs. The situation is urgent, and the Empress Dowager must be compelled to comply." He Jin said, "This plan is excellent." He issued proclamations to various garrisons, summoning them to the capital. Chen Lin, the chief of the main office, said, "This cannot be done. This saying, trying to catch swallows by covering one's eyes, is self-deception. If even trivial matters cannot be deceived to achieve success, how can major state affairs be handled this way? Now, the Grand General, his brothers, and subordinates are all outstanding individuals. If they exert their efforts, success is within their grasp. This is the opportune time, and it should not be missed." He Jin laughed and said, "This is the view of a timid man." A person beside him applauded and laughed loudly, saying, "This matter is as easy as turning one's hand. There's no need for excessive discussion." Looking at him, it was Kakao. It was truly a matter of wanting to resolve the chaos while the wise men in the court discussed the strategies. I do not know what words Kakao used to say. Stay tuned for the upcoming episode to find out what happens next. Episode 3, Discussions when Ming, Zhang Zhuo scolds Ding Yuan, presenting jewels. Li Su talks about Liu Bu. Thank you for listening.